There we go. That's working better. I literally turned it on and off again. Wavelink crashed, apparently. Okay. One toaster wave, one lane, Dota. I don't think I'll be increasing the size of me on the screen. Okay. So yesterday was getting the details view in and trying to pull in some of these components. Elfius normal, how you doing? So I'm just going to take a little while to understand why this doesn't fill out the space like this one does, but then this has got content that expands. So I don't want it to look. It might not look nice, but I don't want it to look silly. These are the exact same components, by the way, that are in here, which was quite nice to use. Also, I wanted to ask, is there a date standard or a date when we're displaying human readable dates? Well, we're going to be on one of them days. All dates are human readable. How do I put it? We're displaying dates in a friendlier format. This works if I have the I can't remember what the name is for the thing, but so that's a Tuesday, August 6th, 2024. Would that be better, or do I just say, do I just put it in a format of 08, 06, 2024, or use a format, or ultimately, um, in the users. Wow, my brain. Yeah, I kind of like that being readable. System region, there we go. That's what I meant. I like it spelled out because Euros use different number format. Right, so if we're using different format, then it being spelled out is clear. Yeah. Well, that's why I don't want to do because obviously in America it'd be month, day, year. In other regions it would be date. So you'd have to, yeah. But it's weird that that's a lot of focus, right? To make sure that these are displayed properly. It dawned on me as I was going through, like just here I do that. I could use that format. That's not a bad format. The day doesn't necessarily help you. This works pretty well. Come on, wake up. Could this help? Um, Not right now because everything I'm doing is actually pushing dates down to the client because everything's UTC on the server. Um, so I don't want to format it on the server and send it down because I don't know a lot of the times and stuff are. Ah, I must have gone to sleep. I got that template ref somehow. I really want to fix that one. It's driving me crazy. Oh, now you hit the breakpoint. What was that again? Planning items query. That was yesterday. I was tinkering with this late in the stream and really realized that I was using the wrong identifier. So let's put a detail button. Hey, Darwin, how's it going? Let's put a detail button on here. So I think ultimately I probably want to standardize dates. How they display in the application. That's a must, I think. And then um, then if I make it user configurable so it takes on the region settings of the user, that would be a good thing. I apologize if I'm particularly slow today. I just I had a I had a late start because I was very tired and I'm not sure I've caught up yet. So and no coffee yet. So I don't have any to make either. Okay. How's Project Lucas guy going? It's going. It's going. It's going along. We're right now. We've just recently added changes into the system, so we can see what's happening in there. Again, some date formatting probably required, and then we've just been working on the detail view, which is the same view, just or rather the same stuff, but just displayed on a larger scale and with more information attached to it. So yeah, I might do this. I might change this to this format. So it's coming along. I've got to figure out some next steps, like where I want to focus at some energy um, before starting to actually dog food it. Um, what was I doing then? Right, so these views now, if if the item in the view has specific components, I'll put them in there. Those are specific to this page. The other views that are planning items related are there. So now we need That's that. And then the home component puts them together. Well, planning item detail. App subscribe to planning item. So this would be a that'd work. I mean, it's not that, but that's good. Glad it's going well. We're just into new life. Still very hectic. Been like 3 weeks almost. I feel like we're still scrambling to get everything in place. Yeah, I bet. I bet it's quite the adventure so far. Learning about uh new bureaucracy and uh different culture that I mean it's not like you've never been there, but it's more when you start to settle in, it becomes normality, right? Rather than just an exciting vacation time. Well, Joe, good morning. How you doing? Uh, that's not there, is it? Where are you? Are you bundled? We're in the planning. We're in the planning module. Where's the? Tell me about it. That's cool though. It's a cool adventure. Uh, is it planning items? Not sure about that one. The routes at the end of that though. Oh, we need to include the icon, don't we? That's why the icon's not being included. We need to add that into the module. Here you go. So let's go find that appropriate lucid icon. Thank you, Andreas, for this recommendation. I think it's lucid dead death, but I just don't want to type that in. Icons. Detail. Um, well, it's more of a view than a detail specifically, but I'm referring them to them as detail. Or what would this be? What's a good icon for this? It's more like full. See, that's again, I don't want to make it seem like a full screening. Um, info. So the intent of this view over this version, you can see already I'm not providing this edit form, which is going to have to change, but that form might just be editable down the side eventually. But I mean, it's intended to be able to add more information in line when we get notes or comments or whatever we want to call them here. There's a bigger view of the actual information. So that view, yeah, I don't know. I think we're going to just have to go with something. Info. That's normally search. Bean. We'll use a bone. Chevrons, no. Normally it's for collapse. Book. Maybe book. Folders, no. I mean, I say I just want to move on from it, but I'm like, I don't want to just put a silly icon in there. I already did that. Like, no, the heart with the shout out is a message. That's not a bad one. I just want to. I'm using the panel for the expand collapse. That's normally, yeah. I don't know if this will help me. Mobbing will help me here. Plan and build products. Yeah. Uh, expand. That's what I want, isn't it? That one. Maximize. So now I just got to figure out what that name is. And then we go here. And this is maximize, I believe. He says with confidence as nothing worse. That's not what I did, but okay. Weird. So does that mean that so from inbox, I did that route. Okay, that still works. It's the okay, there we go. I got to worry about back navigation. That's interesting. I'm just picking on ones I don't have requirements for. Yeah. That's not what. Maximize 2. Because maximizes that one. Oh, derp. Read the documentation. Yeah. There we go. Also, I need to make that an actual clickable. Thanks for the look, Deflex. Hope you are well. Ad break is going to start in 3 minutes. I apologize if you get caught behind ads. Just keep the pre-rolls away. What am I doing? Who am I? Why is my head hurt? Planning item detail. Subscribe to planning item. This is what I want. This component. I think that's wrong. I think that's the wrong thing to do. Yeah, it is. There we go. So expand. Let's get this sized out. Also, not app component, is it? Yeah, it is. Well, Joe did tell me about this the other day. There we go. That stops me from having to re-navigate back every time I go in. That needs some extra work. That's basically intended to shift you to planning if you are, because this is at the app level. If you're already logged in and you're on the home page, this should move you to logged in. If you're logged in and you get to the home page, it's not going to redirect. I need to correct that somehow. But that will allow me to work on this without actually having to keep navigating back in. Okay, so let's go here. Oh, why would that? Is it what I want? No. I want one of the ones with big changes. Inbox behavior, maybe. No. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. That's not showing the changes properly. Oh no, I hit the bug, haven't I? Something gives me the cannot read properties when defined. And the template ref. And then I get the bug. Okay. So I'm gonna move that over there. I'm gonna click every one until I hit the problem. No, 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 no. Oh, no, no, no. Ah. This one, however, does experience the issue. So I got the changes back. Got the detail, but the actual console. Let's oh, come on, that's not what that's worse. Initiative showing info cards. Now errors in here. I wonder if it's because the changes. No, because it's so it's erroring on this line. So I wonder if there's a condition where they are not set yet. But I've got the change. I've done the store load. So how would that not? So that's the changes component. And right now it's deliberately hard coded, right? Um, this would have to be more generic in the end. What I was trying to do is get these components each extend change component base, which has the template ref and content. I mean, if I don't do this, it doesn't get its content. It gets the content of the base, so that breaks. But then I set the data on it with the correct type. So this now understands, oh, I'm user details. So that when I do the actual display, he says, when I do the actual display changes here, these templates are loaded out properly. And then a user change knows it's a user change, right? So to get detailed changes in, I need to prepare them in the pipelines so that I can add the details and whatnot. And then they come down into this screen as JSON form as a JSON string. And then this knows how to treat them as an actual object and can work with them as objects at the template level. The problem is these are generic behavior. So anytime I have users attached, I could use the user. Every time I have a date attached, I could use the date, right? There's nothing in this saying this is review date. I don't want to go to that extent. But then on the actual display, I need to know which field I'm talking about to which template I'm going to use, and then have the default change. So at the very least, you see the change, right? So that's why on some of them you see, no, that's not going to work. It broke, but you'll see change GUID to GUID because that's the default. So why is that breaking every now and then and not all the time? Is my challenge for right this second. Like the overall UI does not necessarily matter in terms of I'm not going to spend great deals of time working out how it looks if it matches certain styles or whatever. But I do want it to actually be functional to demonstrate what I'm talking about. And as it stands, that is not functional, is it? So it's failing in here. It's failing because template ref all of a sudden isn't available. Oh, it can't read properties undefined. Well, that's a problem. Low template. Lazy load templating. 18. So I think there's some concepts here that I can probably. No, not lazy loading features. So the way this is currently being built is what I do is I set a container and I set ng template outlet. And then as I loop through these, I just exclude last updated for now because last updated is on everything. I actually think last updated might be useful as an extra field, but then for each set, I go and fetch the template that's going to be loaded in here. right? Transform name on the set just gives us field translations to give us the nice, friendly names. And then each yeah, so that's just yeah. That's for that. So when we do that, it breaks. So it's when we navigate away and come back and it loads again. Yeah, I don't think this is the right way to do templating. So I call them templates, but each one of these is its own component with a template inside of it. Because it can have behavior as well, right? That's the intention. It might have navigational stuff or whatever. What does that matter? Making them components so they can get their template refs. And then ultimately the idea is that I think I'm doing templates wrong. Angular 18 dynamic. Well, that's not what I'm quite after, is it? Um, Loading templates dynamically. I suppose this is what more is actually more what I'm doing, right? I'm trying to lazy load a component, not a inject view container ref. Because that would be better. Because then what I don't want to do is this, right? Let's comment that out. And then let's comment them out. They're still required. We're going to inject read only VCR. Yeah. Now, how does VCR? Uh, So the goal here would be I don't want to make this standalone though. Changes is not standalone, is it? No. Right now it's part of this. I'm not sure I like that method because not quite sure I want that either. Dynamic component loading. Wow, that's a thought opinion. A thought opinion. Wow. We're having a good day today. So that's realistically what I'm doing. But Command G template. This template one. Right, but that's essentially what I'm doing. By doing this, I'm including all the templates I need in the page. That's what's effectively going to happen there. And then these are going to get included by virtue of that. That's exactly what I'm trying to do right this second. But that's ng component outlet type. So hold on, that can take a ng container. But that's pushing the type, not. Yeah, that doesn't help me because I actually want it to display what I give it. Component factory resolver, which will help us create components programmatically. But container is what? Container. That seems really Angular 18. So I'm using the component as a template, right? I'm including the component purely to have that behavior for that template, not for, so I'm creating instances of the template. But I could have multiple copies of the same template used, so that's going to be a challenge. Yeah, so that's what they do. They include the refs. Yeah, they include there's the templates. That's essentially what I'm achieving, right? So they change. Let's put them back. Let's put this back to what it was. Right. Let's go back here. That should still compile. Can I find view child? I need to import that again because I just remove that. Hey, it's a quiet day today. Hope everyone's okay. Too busy. Start of the day. So we go in here and this was fine. We go in here. It was fine. It breaks. Okay. But that's what I was going to look at. So the purpose of this is we go here. What we should see is the templates. Right. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe the templates didn't load that time. Let's reflect. Let's review that. No. So that is normal behavior. To put enough associated projects in here, that's 7010. No, they're the same ID. Why are they the same ID? Oh, because they're all, it's root and then independent. Okay. That's the root element. Associated projects. Assigned user. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. But now if I go away from here and then come back and click on this one, it's going to break. Yeah, now it's broken. So they're loaded the first time, but then they're not loaded again. So can I do this? Private templates equals new map string template ref. I think I tried this before and I didn't want to do it. Or maybe I was just not awake before. So that way this would be return template if this dot templates dot set dot name return templates. It's not defined. I know about it. Oh no. Can't read properties of undefined template ref. Maybe that's a map string template ref any. Then in here, if if templates. Oh, we can't include them in the templates, otherwise this code will never run because it will that's better. Interesting. What's undefined there? Undefined, undefined, undefined. Interesting. Why are they undefined? They're in the page. They have the name. Ads are about to start. I want to get stuck on this today. So I'm going to continue working on this, but the next step here is to get, obviously, the changes are, apart from this part right a second, but the changes are in general working. And I want to build on them now and I want to make them stronger. Part of that is going off and figuring out the whole eventual consistency problem. Because if again, if I don't have some of the data, I can't produce the change. So I need to hold on to the changes. So either figuring out some sort of saga pattern or some sort of um, delay there that basically just keeps re-injecting something and saying, I don't have this data yet. Let's check again in a couple of seconds or whatever. Um, so yeah, trying to figure that out, I think has to be the next priority because then when changes is stable, sorry for the mic bump there. When change is stable, the rest of the application um, is just better off for that. So I'm just putting it off a little bit because I don't have a design in my head as to how I want that to work. But I think it's a necessity. Um, because if I'm going to build on the whole um, platform, then that changes core needs to be. I just read your name and that's the first word that came to mind. Core activities. Hello, how you doing? Welcome in. Looks like a pretty complex table tag system thingy. Apologize if you just went behind an ad. I hope you didn't. Okay. Yeah, so I'm building a project management planning tool. And let me um, let's try this. If not this dot templates, that's a horrible hack. Oh, hold on. I didn't. How did I get there then? How did I get in NG on init? Whatever. Um, so I'm building a project management planning tool, the goal of which is to allow product teams to be able to gather requirements on software, um, kind of set review dates, try and track all the changes that they want to have happen before becoming actual product requirements, before becoming actual software requirements. So the goal is to build this platform to allow planning to happen and then transition these objects into actual stories and track what the requirements, what they tracked back as stories so that the planning team can see planning and where they are with their progress on planning without actually having to deal with the storyboards of the user of the developers, and developers can then just focus on the work. Yeah, yeah. Um, and this just comes from years of trying to work with Jira, years of trying to work with product teams, and the lines getting blurred between what is work and what is a dreamt up set of features. So I'm just trying to take my shot at what I think I want to build, what I think I want to use. Um, So the system is heavily driven around this review date concept. A review date is an unavoidable date that is set and will again be tracked, and you can also then subscribe to notifications on things. So management doesn't have to ask where we are with things; they can actually drill down into individual components or larger initiatives and track changes to the initiative or changes to the components individually and be told in either summary emails or whatever. So I am building that. Hectic day. How are you doing? Um, so far we do have obviously the planning items are working. The requirements are all there. Our requirements are partially there. We can attach files. They upload to Azure storage, and we've just been working on the changes stuff the last couple of weeks, getting that tightened up. Right now, it's not going so as I would like. That's interesting that it still calls out ng on init without it implementing it. Oh, undefined. It's not going to work. So ng on init is too early in the cycle for that to happen, basically. I'm just a hobby programmer. I've messed with TypeScript, but honestly, it was too frustrating setting up an empty project took like a day. And once you've learned that, I mean, if you want to do that, once you've done it once or twice or three times, it'll just become easier, right? Nothing starts off being easy. Um, um, I think people see the end result of some of this stuff and then assume that it's just going to be nice and simple to put together. But this is driving me crazy, right? I'm struggling with this piece, and I don't know why. The client side in general is going to frustrate me more than the server side. Yeah, but keep at it, persevere. It's worth it. So hold on. And trust me, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, you'll be like, huh, that's pretty simple. And then something else will come along and be just as frustrating. Why aren't you loading anything now? Oh, you are. Why are you not showing any changes whatsoever? Should be showing something. You should be showing default changes. Um, I can't give up on it, and now I'll only make things that fit into a single file, native JavaScript only. Uh, if you're doing it as a hobby and you just want to tinker with things, that doesn't matter. Just keep tinkering. Um, Programming development in general requires a certain level of it requires lots of levels of things, but you know, uh, inquisitiveness. You've got to go and just chase things and do things. And um, I'm not an academic by any chance, by any stretch of the imagination. I'm a tinkerer. I love learning through doing. I love learning through failing. I don't mind failing. Um, Having followed 4 different guides for Kubernetes in the last 2 days and reinstalled the machine 5 different times and failed every single time. I will persevere. So these components. Oh, that's why. That's because that is. Yeah, that's because that's that. Yeah. I'd say I'm not academic, but I'm a teacher. I have many qualifications in computing. I'm doing a master's degree in comp sci. I think that makes you an academic, doesn't it? Yeah, to me, um, I don't know. Maybe I've just never had anyone um, um, able to teach me, or never had anyone able to engage me at teaching. But I just don't. I just do. Even in college, um, fair enough. Um, yeah, even in college, I did better when I was able to go off and just kind of putter around and figure things out as they went. To do a bachelor's in math as well to get my master's in comp sci. That seems overly. Uh, I don't know. To me, I don't. I don't care about the whole um, letters thing. I've seen plenty of people who have high degrees completely unable to do software development well. So co-worker of mine recently got their PhD and now wants to be called Doctor Pretentious. I mean, I get it. You've worked for it. You've worked hard to get that PhD, but at the same, I still think that's a bit pretentious. Negotiate that everyone needs to be called. Call me King before Schnabel at work. There we go. Also, we shouldn't hire people with that degree. So, oh well, they're missing out. And try and get when I'm going to enter a Twitch chat with a streamer. I know, and they'll be all, hey, and I'll be like, Doctor, is it to you? I think, I think you were entitled to use it. Like, if you know you've worked hard, you deserve to use it. I just think having people refer to you as Doctor, um, and getting offended by it is a little bit pretentious. What? Ah, sorry. I wouldn't make people call me Doctor. Yeah, like my mother-in-law, she felt there was some unfairness in education when my wife was young, so she went and got her master's and then a PhD in education. Um, the only thing she asked is that when formally, when she passed away, that the it said doctor because she'd earned the title. Um, I don't know. Maybe I'm just coming from a position of I've never had any. I got it, Mojo. I got it. Mojo's referring to renaming of Git, the main Git branch. Okay, so I need to load. Can I load these templates? Are they available at any point? Is the question, I suppose. I click on these. this dot user change component undefined. Doesn't matter where you put these. I am 99% certain it doesn't matter where you put these. I created a new Aspire project on Tuesday. The default branch was master. I don't remember setting that rule, so I'm a little confused. Huh. Has it become the default? Yeah. Everywhere. Okay, so the problem here is we don't have these components. Afternoon, in the afternoon, so no audio. Okay. So I've gone from having it partially working to completely breaking it. I wonder if they don't get populated until I refer to them in code. No, because that, that wouldn't make sense. Let's remove this. And speaking of computers, my new work machine will be in tomorrow instead of today, which means I have to swing by the office tomorrow. Okay, so now I hit that. This dot defined. I'm not the right person to ask that question. I feel more is the answer. Um, because again, if not this dot templates, that seems like that should work, right? But now it's breaking. Oh, it worked. Didn't I try that before? Okay, now let's navigate away. Oh. Wow. I mean, yeah. I mean, single machine. Yeah. Yeah, for my computer that would be a little low. For running this application. Yeah, we're 57 gig of memory usage on this machine right now. I was contemplating upgrading to 9950X, but I'm seeing some bad stuff about them, so I might hold off on that one. Just 5 and 16 gig on my MacBook, but I think the MacBook also uses the SSD if you run out of RAM. It it does keep itself up pretty quickly, pretty well overall. Okay, why is this determined to drive me crazy? What am I doing wrong? What? Let's sign in. Um, yeah, yeah. The Mac seems to do a better job of it though than Windows. Windows go. I mean, I suppose I haven't run out of memory in a long time on a Windows computer because everything I've had has had at least 32 gig for the longest time. But the Mac does seem to do pretty well if it, if lots of running. Maybe just a better job of swapping. I don't know. The machine died. Fair enough. 28 gig. Ouch. I don't know what to do here. I don't know how to improve this. I can't move forward with it broken. Um, Sorry. Do I research different ways of loading templates? Is that my problem? My problem seems to be that when I get to here the second time, he says here being open it in Vim from a fresh perspective. Okay, so these components are populated, right? Now we go into this page and we click on here, and now they're undefined. Oh no, we're not doing that. No, 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 no. I deliberately don't have any. Well, I deliberately don't have any channel point reward redemptions at this point, because I don't know anything that's interesting. One of the channel point rewards that are frustrate the streamer will never be on this channel because I just don't like the idea of getting irritated on stream and not being able to concentrate at all on what I'm doing. Like I don't mind chatting. Chatting's a good part of the stream. That's what I like to do. But no, we're not using Vim. Vim without LSP is, of course, just basically syntax highlighting when doing Scala that strengthens your core. Yeah, yeah. So, so I'm clearly not using templates right because these components are now not there, but they are there the first time they load. But now this is going to error. Vim is now a bannable word. Nah, each to their own. I just won't use. Like I was using Vim last night on the little mini PC. I'm here taking a break before round two with the business PM's law. MKB, welcome in. Round two. Oof. One of them days, huh? I have my turn next week. Get to fly for the first time in a couple of years as well, which is good. So this doesn't work because these aren't set. So why aren't these set? It's like these just disappear. Lazy loading components. Angular. Nope. Ultimate courses, no. See if Telerik can be helpful. Using Vim build character 100%. I'll always advocate for it. Take care, Mojo. Have a great day. Morning, Patrick. We'll agree to disagree on that one. Oh, this is this guy again. Oh, okay. This guy posted on Telerik and on. But I don't want to do that. I don't. So let's try it this way. We have alleged Scrum Agile workflow, and they want me to plan V4, which is set to be released in the last quarter of next year, even though V1 hasn't been delivered to customers yet. Are we supposed to work with iterative feedback when we don't have any? How can I plan the models and services when we have no idea what the domain will even look like a year from now? Oh dear. I think in general we can agree that Agile is not understood. Hello, buddy. Hello. I'm being beaten by a tail. um, we have, I think we have differing understandings. Hello. 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 You okay? Tact. Oh, it's Taylor. Yeah, we have different understandings of what agile actually means. I think we actually need to acknowledge that in businesses because it's not going well. The whole agile thing is not going well when you're planning 12 months out. Okay, so let's see. There's more than a 10% chance the domain might not even exist in a year, and about 70% chance it's an entire structure will change within that time. It's a very new domain, a lot of it is still in blueprint form. Yeah. Sounds like some people have an end goal picture, but you've got to draw the actual. You've got to make the drawing work. I mean, it's a colossal waste of your time to do that, being that you know that it's going to to change. So tiring. I get it. I get it. I'm doing good apart from being frustrated with lazy loading Angular components. Again, my issue is that view component ref, view container ref. Where is that on the page? Load Greek component, create component. Where do I put that on the actual page? Because this is great. View component ref ng template. C# instead. No more problems with Angular if you use C#. Yeah, but then you'd see the problems with me and Blazor. No, that's not what I'm thinking about, is it? Render ng dynamic templates. C# does have the lazy keyword. Yes, it does. Oh, they're doing it that way. Get template refs. Oh, okay. Hold on. Render dynamic templates. But she might be onto something here. Oh, never mind. Being attacked by waggy tails. Yeah, this is a rougher Blazor and Razor page. Yeah, I just don't have any interest in using Blazor at this point. It's not my thing. Wonder if I could combine the two here and build the template, the component on the fly. So what I'm thinking here is if I combine so we need a component factory resolver. This is going to be horrendous. I'm sure I committed before this, right? Since through French, we have a good command in Spanish. Yeah. Component factory resolver. Oh no. Tell me you're deprecated. It's deprecated. All the content is useless. Wah, 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 wah. I'm sure if I dedicated 16 months to it, my productivity would increase by a marginal percentage. However, the drop in productivity during the learning phase might outweigh the long-term gains I've seen in the following years, even with a productivity boost. Yeah, I'm not switching keyboard input mechanisms. It's just not going to do anything for me. What's the difference between React and Angular? I don't know my JS frameworks very well. Technically, underneath, um, I don't know, to be honest. I know that the frameworks have evolved to the point where one of the maintainers of Angular recently said that they are, in essence, um, following the same path. Um, the thing I like about Angular and I didn't like about React is the definition in React seems to the code is intermingled with the markup. They don't have that component, the broken down component concepts. Everything's kind of um, in the view, right? Um, so this kind of their functions and their code are interwound. Um, React is a library, Angular is a framework. Making it live. I suppose that is a difference. I didn't get that definition, to be honest, because we can talk about being React developers or Angular developers, but if they're one's a library, one's a framework. No, I'm the same. I'm in the same boat. But a library for building user interfaces, a web application framework. But React has routers. React has. Are they all add-ons to React that aren't part of the core library, whereas Angular has everything in it? Right. Okay. Maybe that's why it's confusing. Because yeah, the definition is that React is a user interface library, whereas Angular is a framework. Oh, so Next.js is the framework built on React. Gotcha. That's where Next.js comes from. Okay. Routing data. So, okay. React is so opinionated. I think to not say it's a framework is a bit argument of syntax rather than spirit. Okay. So it's kind of crossed the line anyway, but now Next.js exists. Either way, so far I have when I've looked at um, React, building your application, routing layouts and templates. I haven't got on with the syntax. HTML comes for everything else. So there we go. Hold on. But that doesn't construct it. ng component outlet advanced settings. View container. Oh, sorry, dogs. So that's the old way. Can't do that anymore. I'm waiting for JSUI builders to get so convoluted mess that devs rediscover the wonders of vanilla JS, HTML, CSS. At some point, it has to be easy to go full vanilla. You know what's going to happen? Not long after that, a framework will appear. Web has on the server, pre-rendered, streamed to client via socket. Huh. I never really left vanilla.js. Well, right now, I wish this was a product that was making money, because I would hire someone to do the UI side of it. Because if I could focus on that the back end parts, it would be way more fun. Because I do not like where I am right now. Time to money effort might still be worth it. You seen Fiverr? Mm. I've seen Fiverr. I have tried Fiverr, and yeah, well, in 5 years, I'm like, ooh, web dev. Every time he mentions it, it's cool, but web dev is not my jam at all. See, that works. That's not. I don't want a component like that component there. View container ref. Outer container leave content. Outer container. Inner item. Outer. That naming is confusing. Outer container. This is the start of the outer container. Inner item. Oh, we put inner item in there. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so the thing that in the view container ref is of the component that we use. So essentially what I want to do there is make the timeline the component. No, I'd want to make a component for the set. But again, view container create component. If I let's just do private view container. Is it view container ref? So that gets the reference to this component's view container. Then doesn't really matter. This dot view container dot create component. Does this give me the ability to inject the context is what I'm actually after? So for brief for into C# raise ability pages, and then just settling on using Flutter data for anything complex or public facing. Framework X is created as a response to bloated crap. It gets populated, bloats. Framework Y is created as a response to, yeah. We just keep going on in circles. A few new things come along the way. Sometimes a different insight, which turns out to be possibly something that was 3 cycles ago. So if I did display user change component there, right? Let's comment this out, right? And let's comment this one out, and then do ng container ng component outlet equals fetch component. Right. Fetch component set change. Let's make that happen with set. And then we're going to do return this dot view container dot create component default change. No, no, you're not working. No, this is broken. This is yeah. The component ref is missing the following properties from any type. Call me old fashioned, but I was really hard to convince. I was that guy. Show me a simple homepage with 5 buttons. A few get push requests and some events that would update at DOM when those requests returned. I was told to use React 400 dependencies for 8 megabyte time later. This is the files and it's finally working with vanilla JavaScript. I could have done it in 45 lines. Less than 30k footprint, no runtime bloat, and 0 dependencies. It's a hard sell for me. Do front end enough to see the benefits or not even know what they are. Well, I mean, with vanilla JavaScript, the problem is that you end up with standards issues. You end up with people dumping code in there, right? With a framework, you've got a structure, you've got a pattern, and reusability and all those sorts of fun things. But it comes with great cost, especially on the client side, because it's all just combinations, like Phil Schnabel says, right? Dependencies all over the place. It's John Horn. Good morning. How are you? That's a cool icon. And again, once people need extra behaviors, they will need extra like what I'm doing now, right? I'm trying to dynamically load a component to display something. Today, JS is so much better. Tried doing that 3 years ago. Now it's start to cover more than one browser. Yeah. Yeah, but you got to be careful. Avoiding the external dependencies doesn't get you in a place where you're inventing stuff as well. That's a challenge. Yeah. jQuery was not big because it was bloated. Yeah. Again, right now, I would rather not be focusing on this, but this, from the stream perspective, this piece working demonstrates all the ideas and gets people gives people a better vision of what I'm doing rather than sitting there for days coding and not showing anything because you can't understand all the moving parts, right? What I'm trying to do is either dynamically build a component and pass it data or render a template. Maybe that's it. Maybe I don't need to treat it as a template. Although it shouldn't matter, right? Um, hello from changes. I would say have fun, MKB, but take care. Missing the following properties. Okay, so you have to have something specific set up to do it as well. That's awesome. So nothing there tells me that. Why can I do that there? Default change component. Hello, puppies. Hello. Oh, we're going to say hello. Hello. Ow. Hello, buddy. Hello. Hello. You say hello? Yeah. I refuse to use JS until console log throws an error instead of printing banana. The language where it's not throw an error. In the font is room type. Okay, so is that me not being? You create component method on view container ref. Dynamically create and render a component. When you create a new component with a view container ref, Angular appends it into the DOM as a net sibling of the component or directory that injected the view container ref. Which I'm fine with. This will break, but yeah. Privileges now, Patrick. 1,000 years old and JavaScript remains there. A vague relics of other languages at some point, but most devs at the time don't believe such foolishness. Yeah. I just want to test it. I don't care if it breaks my view. Oh crap. Time. Yep. Take care, Patrick. Thank you very much for coming hanging out today. I just realized what time it was, so we will be bailing too. Um I'll take it to full bots because I'm going to go over there anyway. So I'm going to continue trying to persevere with this, whether it be refactoring and making the components or whatever. I want to get the view back in place. This was not the intention for today's stream. Today's stream was just to tighten up that detail screen, but obviously I've discovered a bug. I need to fix that because it's not worth carrying on without fixing that bug. But then I want to get more into the changes and the how do I put it? Kind of the saga pattern for dealing with changes being out of sync so that I don't have to, I can't produce changes until I have all the data. So I need to hold off on them. Yeah, so we can do that. So I'm gonna try and get this fixed later today, and see if I can't move on with it. But yeah, if not, I'll be on this tomorrow trying to fix it some more and trying to refactor it. So thank you all for joining me. We're gonna go Ray full bots. He's come back from vacation, and yeah, he's continuing with his game dev stuff. So thank you very much. Take care. Have a great rest of your day. Bye all.